His work helps guide and direct our national organization while bringing together different individuals, groups, and organizations for the benefit of agricultural education. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming the owl himself, our national FFA advisor, Dr. Steve Brown.
Roots. FFA's roots run deep, much like a giant oak tree. For 90 years, this organization has met and celebrated the accomplishment of FFA members. It's hard to believe that we're celebrating our 90th National FFA Convention here in Indianapolis. As the song says, it's our roots that keep us grounded. Our roots remind us of where we're from. If you think about that FFA jacket you wear, that jacket tells others who you are, where you're from, and yes, our roots. What does this mean for FFA in the next 10 years when we begin to celebrate or have the excitement of celebrating our 100th anniversary? What it means is FFA is going to have to change very dramatically in the next 10 years to keep up with agriculture. We must modernize our FFA CDEs, modernize our proficiency awards, modernize our leadership development programs, modernize our awards program, modernize our degree requirements, and become more diverse and more inclusive to meet the needs of 21st century agriculture. It's no longer cows, plows, and sows. FFA must become drones, clones, and technology. We must reflect a modern 21st century agriculture. If you think about our opening ceremonies, the Vice President states, "The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture." I'm here this evening to share with you the sun has risen and it's a new era in agriculture. Right here, right now, this moment, at the 90th National FFA Convention, we must begin a new era in FFA. A new era in agriculture, a new era in FFA. I need your help. They're going to bring the house lights up. I've heard you a little bit this evening, but you've been a little weak. I'm just telling you, you've been a little weak. So we're going to divide the auditorium up. There's 14 chairs in a row, so 7 of you on this side. You're this direction to the rafters. The 7 from this side, you're this direction from the rafters. You know the words, but we're going to see if you can do it, and I want to see if you can overcome that weakness you've had. So your words are, "I can." Your words are, "We will." I want to see who can do it the best. So are you ready? On cue? Let's try it. We'll practice once. Okay, you ready? You're doing great. But I want you to hear this and think about this. I can become a change agent for agriculture. We will become a new era in FFA. Change is hard, very hard, sometimes painful. It's easy to depend upon and rely upon our roots. But just like that oak tree loses its leaves, loses some acorns, and sometimes loses some branches. But it always rejuvenates, grows some new branches, new leaves, and we as FFA must harness the sunlight of a new day in agriculture. We can no longer rest on our laurels. We're not growing laurels. We're growing leaders, building communities, and strengthening agriculture to lead it into the future. Let's face it, some FFA programs are very near and dear to us, near to our heart. We like them and we enjoy them, but we also must ask the question, do they reflect a 21st century modern day agriculture? Are there barriers that keep us from being more diverse and more inclusive of our students and FFA members? Some will need to change. Some of our programs, some of our awards areas, some things are going to need to change. Some will need to be modified. Some will need to be added. And yes, some will no longer exist. They will be deleted. But remember this, programs do not make an organization. People do. You do. We cannot fail agriculture. We must prevail to change FFA so that we continue to be a primary provider of agricultural talent, a primary provider of growing leaders, building communities, and strengthening a changing agriculture. FFA is an amazing organization. It has strong roots and served the agriculture industry well. However, we must examine that it's time to change. FFA in the future will look different, will offer broader opportunities for members, and will be different. In FFA, we must eradicate mediocrity. We must initiate thoughtful, sustaining 21st century change to meet the employee needs of 21st century agriculture. Faith in the future is not faith if you're not willing to take the risk. Belief in the future is not belief if you're not willing to take the risk. The FFA creed begins with, I believe in the future of agriculture. Do you truly believe? Again, they're going to bring the house lights up. I want to hear you one more time. I need your help. Do you believe in the future of agriculture? Can you say, we must have that I can, we will attitude. We must believe in the future of agriculture, and we must become a new FFA. Fear can paralyze. Fear can make us ineffective. Fear can make us not want to do things. However, faith can lead us into the future. A faith to make positive change. In basketball, I guarantee you, you'll miss 100% of the shots that you're not willing to take. Even in difficult times, FFA is agriculture's best hope for the future. We must make change, dramatic change. We must dream big. There's not a challenge that we can't face. And together, FFA must reach high. We must spread our wings and change to meet the future needs of agriculture. I want us to dream big, to have the I can, we will attitude, and have a great 90th National FFA Convention. Thank you.
With a heart full of faith, a whole lot of luck, and some love to see it through. Dream big, and it just might come true.
Dr. Brown, thank you so much for your support of agricultural education students from across the country. Your work enables more than 653,000 students to get the opportunity to experience premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through their agricultural education programs. Thank you so much for kicking off this convention with us.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, our National FFA Advisor, Dr. Steve Brown.
Thank you. Thank you.